everybody. I'm very pleased to be here in Berlin with Joshua. Hello, Joshua.
Hi, Cécile.
So I let you introduce yourself.
My name is Joshua Haynes. I'm the founding partner of Masawa, the mental wellness impact.
So you see, it's very interesting because here Joshua is an American guy in Berlin and he works for care management but in a fund, and he has an overview, international overview about the topic. Yes, so my first question, Joshua, is for you, what does it mean a well-being workplace? What does it mean care management? Do you have a definition?
Sure. So there are many words that we use. We use well-being, we use wellness, we use workplace wellness, organizational health, internal journey, internal impact. I think for me it's important that we not get caught up on the specific words, but that we look at the output that we're trying to produce.
So I think it's very interesting because you have a specific definition about the battery concept.
Indeed. So we as humans, we have three batteries. The battery of I am enough, the battery of I have enough, and the battery of I'm loved enough. And when those batteries aren't full, one, two, or three of them, then we act in certain ways. So it's crucial that we're looking at when things are coming up, when there are issues in the workplace, with ourselves, at home, with the family, and we're looking specifically at what are those batteries and why are they not being filled.
It's very interesting because it's a new definition, and here is a worldwide definition. So my second question is about your point of view, the point of view of what happened in the world. Can you have a comparison between perhaps the US, Europe, about the well-being and the care management?
Absolutely. In the US, Americans are more open to talking about workplace wellness, to talk about failure, to talk about being able to get back up, whereas in Europe it's harder. And so that's why you see Europe is lagging behind in terms of the offerings and the products and the services and just the approach from management. But however, in Europe, managers are also understanding very clearly that if they're not taking care of their employees, that they're essentially not fulfilling their duties to their stakeholders or their shareholders.
So do you have, for example, some example of company startup here in Europe that are very interesting in well-being? What kind of category we can have?
Sure. So a number of startups that we're looking at really understand the importance of both having and maximizing leadership effectiveness, resiliency, and ensuring that the organization itself is built on one that's where agency, coherence, belonging, physical and mental well-being are all key indicators of corporate success. One company specifically is climate farmers, an agriculture, ag-tech startup here in Berlin.
So we can have a look to the website and to see what they do. And do you have an opinion about the impact of AR? We know that now we are in an AR very important cycle. The impact of AR about well-being on well-being.
Yes, it's here. It's already being used, not just in the last 3 months, but it's been being used for years. It's something that will continue. And though we have to also at the same time be a little skeptical, because at the end of the day, it's in complex algorithms, linear algebra, and it's not necessarily the general artificial intelligence that people equate it to. So that's to say that there are a lot of companies that will be using AI. AI will also have an effect on people's well-being, especially those whose jobs are displaced because of AI. But just like any other technology, it isn't something that we should shy.
Yeah. So in your job, in your daily job, do you use AR to have a better productivity and to have more time?
Absolutely. If I'm looking at a company that's working on a very specific topic that I'm not so familiar with, I can make myself more familiar with the resources because of AI. It also helps with social media, with marketing. I would love it to write my emails, but maybe someday soon.
Yeah. So the word for the last perhaps idea. What do you recommend to a manager if you want to have a balance between AR skills and well-being in a self-care?
So the market is still not quite developed in terms of companies specifically looking at using AI, whether they've been chatbots. There are a number of those are coming up. But I think it's not being seen as an AI company doing well-being, but looking to see how AI specifically is being used in the organizations and in the products and services that already exist.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joshua, for all your insight. So we can summarize perhaps with 3 ideas. First of all, you have your own definition of what is a well-being workplace, about this 3 battery, what we have, and what kind of system do we belong to, what is the sense of our action, of our work. The second idea is your international perspective idea between the US. The US, we can talk easily about wellness. It's very common. And in Europe, we have more separation between the personal and the work-life balance. And after that, it's very interesting to see your view about the impact of AR on well-being, because AR can give us more time, but at the same time, we need time to have better skills to use AR. So it's very interesting to upgrade our skills on this topic. Thank you so much, Joshua. Bye-bye from Berlin.